Ladies and gentlemen, things have been sorted. That's a new headrest. Remember, the last time I made a video, the Bose sound system was not working. So instead of replacing one speaker, they replaced the entire headrest. If you can see, it's pretty much new compared to the fabric that is here. So that one was sorted. Nissan, the dealership, also sorted out the issue on my steering wheel. So the steering wheel column is alright now. And the clutch issue has been sorted too. So clutch is pretty good. Not only is that, yeah, I think that's about it. The stop start system is sorted. They replaced the battery. The car does not make any problems. In other words, it doesn't kill the engine when I'm driving it. So by just replacing the stop start system, the entire, not the stop start system, the Bose sound system, the entire thing costed 18,000. Yeah, there it is, 18,871 and 879. That's it. It's head. This is what? Yeah. Head speaker not working. Technician George. Headrest SFA. What? Unit. The unit itself is just 856 rands. Can you imagine? Guess what? The headrest assay. What's the headrest assay? 18,000. Well, that's a lot of money. Labor 179. Really? Parts 18,770. It's unbelievable. So when it's warranty, the labor is cheap. But when we are bringing in our cars to fix it, you charge us 3,800 for labor. Interesting. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen, for today. The car is fixed. Transmission works pretty well. Everything is fixed now. The only thing that is left, by the way, is the heater core system. Underneath my seat, there's a heater core that works for the seat heater mechanism, because this car comes with a seat heater that actually warms the seat. On the driver's side, it doesn't work. It only works on the passenger side. So they say they're still liaising with Nissan South Africa for that part, and I bet it will cost around 30 something or 40,000 rand just for that part. Which is why dealerships don't want to fix cars under warranty. They don't make money. So on this particular fix that BbautoMokopane is actually fixed on this particular part, Nissan South Africa has not paid them yet. So I signed, they fix it, but they haven't received the money. And the manufacturer might say, we give you cars for free, we are not going to pay. Or the manufacturer might give them the runaround, just that they were giving me the runaround. This is the reason why dealerships do not want to fix cars under warranty. They will give you the runaround. They don't make money. And now, still with BbautoMokopane, the replacement has been done. Yes, I understand that. So I took my car in for a 30,000 kilometers service. When I went there, of course, my car is still on the service plan. They serviced the car. After servicing the car, they called me and say, you know what dealers do? They will try and upsell the service by recommending some parts to be changed in your car, even though some parts don't even need to be changed. They said your wiper blades are worn, the one at the front and the one at the rear, and your brake pads are worn. Brake pads, yes, I knew that the brake pads were worn because they were squeaking each and every single time I placed my foot on the brake. But that was not my fault, because when I bought this car as a demo, it had squeaky brakes. I took it back to that very same dealership. They said, no, your brakes are still fine. It's just that there was dust in your brakes, so we blew the dust off. They were lying, by the way. There was no dust in the brakes. The brake pads were worn. I drove them for a couple of months and then I changed them. So when I asked them how much is that going to cost, the brake pads and the wiper blades, guess what? They told me that the entire process is going to cost me 3,800 rands. 3,800 rand for brake pads with no rotors. They're not replacing the brake discs or the rotors themselves. They're only replacing the brake pads and the wiper blades. And they charged me 3,800 rand. I said, wow, Nissan, you must be having special, beautiful, hard and strong brake pads that will last me the entire 5 years without changing if you're charging me that amount of money. Of course I said no, don't change my brake pads, leave them like that. So I took the car without them changing the brake pads and the wiper blades. By the way, my wipers still wipe very fine. I will demonstrate to you how they actually work. There's nothing wrong with my wiper blades, and the blades themselves are still okay. They can wipe water off the windscreen very effectively without compromising my version. The following week, I decided to go back to Nissan and ask for brake pads themselves, because when it comes to wiper blades, I can replace them myself. But I'm not that much well experienced in replacing brake pads. So I went there and said, how much can you charge me for brake pads? Guess what? For a set of brake pads, the one at the front, remember this car only uses disc brakes at the front and drum brakes at the rear. So you only change the front one. At the rear is only linings, and linings last longer because I don't drive like taxi drivers or like a hooligan. However, they said brake pads will cost me 1,850 rand for just a set of brake pads. The serious ripoff I've ever seen in my life. Ever since I started driving a car, or I had my first car, never have I heard of such expensive brake pads. I guarantee you. So I said, no, it's fine. Keep your brake pads. I'm not going to replace them. Because when I said I want brake pads for 2021 Nissan Micra, the guy at BbautoMokopane put the details of my car in he took the VIN number, then he put it on the system. When he put it on the system, obviously it tells him that this car was in for service last week. We did recommend brake pads to be changed and the customer declined. So because I declined, I refused to give them money the last time. They must find another way of ripping me off by charging me 1,850 for brake pads. I said no, keep your brake pads. I drove off, went to Goldwagen, asked Goldwagen how much can you charge me for a set of brake pads, and if you can charge me, do you have them? They said no, we don't have them in stock, but we can order one for you. It will come after 3 days and we'll charge you 750 rand. I didn't have money by then. I said no, I will come back month end. Then I will try and see where we'll take it from there. Goldwagen was ripping me off too. Month end, I went to Midas because I just asked myself, if Goldwagen says it's 750, why don't you try AutoZone and Midas and see if you can't find one? I went there. I found the brake pads. Guess how much Midas actually charged me? 250 rands. They actually gave me a discount. I bought it at 224.46. Took the brake pads, went to Tiger Wheels, asked for brake fitments, and they charged me for labor. I only paid 300 rands just to fit in brake pads. Moral of the story is, when you're taking your car for service, whether your car is still under service plan and you don't have a maintenance plan, when they ask to change minor things such as brake pads, topping brake fluid, or obviously the fluids are supposed to be covered on the service plan. So if they ask you that we need to change your brake fluid, then that absolutely ripping you off. But any other things such as your brake disc, your brakes themselves, your wiper blades, don't allow them to change in your car. they will charge you an arm and a leg, because these things are one of the simplest and easiest things one can change, and cheapest things one can change and repair themselves. Dealerships are notorious, more especially in South Africa, notorious for ripping customer off. And guess what happens? In the very same dealership, I see a scooter from Midas offloading packages of brake pads and other parts coming from Midas, and then they repackage them and sold them at a hefty price, making a hefty profit. Just imagine if my brake pads cost 250 rand and you charge a person 1,850 for brake pads. How many brake pads am I buying by just buying one set of brake pads? I think the South Africa Consumer Unit, or whatever it is, legislation has to do something about this. Something must be done to monitor these guys. The way they're ripping us off is unbelievable. So the moral of the story is, next time when you're taking your car for service, just tell them, no, just do the normal service and leave everything. No wheel alignment, nothing. Because Volkswagen usually charge you for wheel alignment 750 rand. It's 150 rand for a wheel alignment at Tiger Wheels or any other tire shop. You cannot be charged 750 rand for a wheel alignment. It's just a rip-off. Ladies and gentlemen, that's exactly what I had for you on what happened on my Nissan Micra 2021 story part 2. Stay tuned for more awesome videos coming up next. The next video that I will actually be dropping will be looking at how reliable other cars are and whether you should buy that particular car. We will start with the 2016-17 Toyota Yaris and whether is it worth your money spending on. My name is Edwin. Thank you for subscribing.